Hey, welcome to Astro Talks. I'm Nicole Donnelly here with Andrea, Rickett, and our resident astrologer, Lucia Robelo. And today, Lucia is going to tell us all about Venus. And Andrea and I were talking this morning, and I have Venus in Scorpio. We know that's pretty saucy. And my daughter and husband have Venus in Gemini. And Andrea's got Venus in Capricorn. So we're going to be listening kind of for notes for that.
This is exciting. I love talking about Venus. I also have Venus in Scorpio. So yes, it's a good one. But so just to give you like a little rundown of Venus, what does Venus represent? Venus represents our how we give and receive love. It represents beauty, our style, and it represents our wishes and desires, what we want the most. And it also represents relationships, like how are you in relationships, and how easy it's going to be or challenging, so it's all about Venus. So with Venus in a fire sign, that could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, you're attracted to sports, athletic, movement. So those are the poles that you always see running. Those are that it can be raining and you see, foggy and you see them running because they have to. It's like in inner desire to like run, right, and be active and in movement. But and they look for that in a partner as well. They look for someone that they can be equally active, because this is the couples that you see working together at the gym, so they need to satisfy that need. But at the same time, that can be a little bit impulsive. That's just how either when it comes to relationships or when it comes to like anything in life, that's how they move through life, just being in an impulsive manner. So just gotta watch out for that because, maybe you have like a Pisces, who is for the most part mellow, but if this person has a Venus in Aries, then it's gonna be like more impulsive, more like, oh, I want it now, oh, I need to do this now, which is, a little bit different of that Pisces mellow, chill vibe that they have.
Interesting.
It is so interesting how there's like these ways that you tend to go, but depending on all these other factors, that can affect it too. So I think because we were reading about Nicole's in my, that book I love.
Yeah.
And it talked about having it in her sign particularly caused a lot of jealousy and a lot of other things, but because of her sun sign, it's not as bad. Like it's like it lightened it. And it's like, wow. That's why I feel like the deeper you get, like the deeper you have to keep going.
Yes, it balances out, it really helps because like, with moving to like a water sign, Venus in water signs, they are attracted to spiritual matters, to sacred spaces, and they are attracted to just having comfort in their home. Their home is just super, that's their castle. But, it all depends where you have it too. And if you have it, Venus in Pisces is exalted. So it's a great placement. They are romantic. Venus in Cancer, they are more about the home. They are more attracted. They are the people that, will set the nicest table, like then for Christmas, for family dinners, they will put like the best food, the decoration, because it's their home, the beauty of their home. And Venus in Scorpio is in actually what is called fall. Why? Because anytime a planet is in a sign opposite that it rules, it's going to fall or detriment. And so whenever, Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So whenever it's in Aries or in Scorpio, Scorpio, it's in the fall detriment, or whenever it is in Virgo, because when it's exalted, it also has an effect on the opposite sign, Virgo. So, but I'm going to talk about Virgo and when it comes to the air signs. But to stay with
Yeah, I was
water
just gonna
signs,
ask.
yes, it's yes, with a Scorpio, Venus can be possessive, a little bit manipulative. It can get very like, no, my friend, my best friend. You cannot have another best friend. You have to be my only best friend. Like it's and the same is with partnerships. Like you're probably most likely to go check on your husbands or your friends or your boyfriends. Like it can be obsessive, possessive, manipulative. Like and but it's love, black and sexy, and it loves all the kinky, it loves everything that is associated with Scorpio, and the darkness it has, like it can talk about anything because it's Scorpio, right? So Venus in Scorpio, it's good. That will be the good side of it, but it's the downside is all the other stuff that comes with it, and the fact that if Venus there is uncomfortable, Venus wants to love, and Venus wants to share, and Venus wants to beauty, and Scorpio is like, I don't want to share. No, I'm not sharing my friends. I'm not sharing this. Like, so it comes, with that. That's the theme that it has in Scorpio.
That's funny. Yeah, so I guess like for me, the Sag definitely balances that out. I'm happy to
Yes,
share my husband.
that's really good.
Not too much, I hope.
Yeah. What about in what about in friendship?
It probably would show up more in friendships than in romantic relationships. I mean, it resonates with like how I was maybe in university, when I was younger. Now I'm so relaxed about that stuff. So, there's probably where it is in my chart currently, and like where things are currently as opposed to just like where I was born. Cause, um, I'm definitely so different about it than I was, in university.
Evolved.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah, like it's very important that you mentioned that, Nicole, because it's not a death sentence. Just because you have something in your chart that may make it difficult doesn't mean that you're gonna live with that. The whole purpose in life is to evolve and to grow. And this is why, astrology allows you to pinpoint your blind spots, or allows you to see like, oh wow, yes, to bring things into perspective. And that way you're just not like, what is it? Like, no, you see, oh, okay, yes, it's nice. I needed to change this. So it's that, and it allows you to see how much you have grown, and it's the beauty of it. It's not because, oh my God, I have a difficult chart or I have a difficult placement. I'm, SOL, you're not,
Yeah.
it's just, you gotta work through it.
That's what my daughter and I kind of talk about is like these are some of the things that you were born with, and to know like the superpower side of it and like the growth opportunities in it, because she's 16, she has a long ways to go, and then she won't feel so stuck in who she is.
Yes, it's very important that you're guiding her through that, because yes, oh no, I wish it would be another sign. Oh no, why can I have this placement? No, like this is the placement, like hey, it is what it is. We're gonna work with it.
Yeah.
You, right?
And yes, and Venus in earth signs, what it is that love security, loves stability. It's attracted to people that they can see a future with. They are in relationships. They're one for someone that can build together a future, and but it can be sometimes a little bit too preoccupied with finances, because it is so focused on that security and that that it comes with it. So but it's a good placement. Venus rules Taurus, so Venus in Taurus is amazing. It's in its placement. Venus in Virgo, like I mentioned, it's in fall because it's exalted in Pisces. So Venus in Virgo, it can be too analytical for the planet. It can be too judgmental. It can be too work focus oriented. Is that it's harder to do its job. And Venus in Capricorn is just also loves to work and can fall into be an overworker because they can prioritize work over family. So it's just something to balance out, that it may be like your relationship is maybe suffering because yes, at work you're excelling with work relationships, but how about your inner, personal relationship?
Yes.
And with Venus in Gemini.
Right?
Oh, yes. And with Venus in earth signs that we have, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, they love an intellectual partner. They need to have conversations. They just need to be able to talk to other people, but also to the partner. They need to have like good conversations, and they are attracted to bookstores, information, and they just love to learn and higher education. So your Venus is just going to show up. It's funny because let's say someone is Taurus sun sign and has a Venus in Gemini, it's going to be very different as to having your Venus in your in another sign. Let's say water sign. Why? Because this Taurus person is very grounded. It's going to come off very intellectual because it loves to process information, and it loves to like talk to other people about interesting topics. Whereas like the water sign, yes, it likes that too, but it's more focused with having someone that they can feel safe at home with, at ease. So their conversation, yes, it's not that important as to someone that, their Venus is in a water sign. That is more about that, security, in the sense of like, okay, I can be myself with this other person.
Interesting, because aren't water signs normally aren't so much about security, or did I get that wrong? Because like a normal sun sign of water is just sort of more like they're not stuck on that as much. But it's interesting to have a water in Venus and have it be that. So I don't know.
Yes, it's feeling at home, feeling at ease is their comfort, and that comes with the security of it. But it's a different security it's different security than with an earth sign. With an earth sign, it's more about the stability of it, not like a nomad. They couldn't be with a nomad if you have like, it will be harder for their relationship because they need to have that stability, that grounding in their relationship, that it's also a future, not just like, oh, like let's say someone with a Venus in a fire sign, Venus in Sagittarius, they love to roam the world. Venus in Sagittarius is very different as a person with a Venus in Capricorn. They Venus in Sagittarius wants to be free. They don't want to be held back. And it, what is for one Venus in one sign, it's holding them back. For another one, it's like, no, this is the best. This is what I've been wanting all my life. So yeah, Venus in Sagittarius is one too. Sagittarius is about the foreign, other cultures, traveling. That's what it rules. So that's why, Venus will love that. You cannot contain a Venus in Sagittarius in just one place or one area.
So then I could see a Venus in Sagittarius would be attracted to a sun sign in Sagittarius, wouldn't they?
Yes. Most likely, yes, most likely, because that's the relationship compatibility is really, we're looking at Venus signs when it comes to not so much. Sometimes it's important, of course, but your Venus is what we look more to, or a combination thereof. Combination of your Venus and your sun sign, and Venus and Venus. So. Because if someone has, let's say, Venus in Scorpio and somebody has Venus in Aquarius, it's just going to be harder because that Venus in Aquarius will want, will need that intellectual partner, whereas the Venus in a Scorpio, it's more like, hey, I need someone I can feel at home with, not necessarily, it's not that they want someone that is dumb. It's not that, It's just that it's a different need, that it's coming, that they need to receive.
I was just looking at my chart and Steve's chart, and it's interesting that we both have our sun sign and Venus sign in the same placement. So I'm Capricorn for both, and he's Aquarius for both.
Oh.
Yeah. So
nice. Wow, that's interesting. So what it is that it makes you even stronger, so that the Venus sign and the sun sign in the same element is just going to like even deeper need, to have for how it's expressing. And for you the same way, like your sign Capricorn, your Venus in Capricorn. So it's double, wanting to have that partner where you can feel like secure and they have built a future, and you want someone that, it's not going to be, you need someone that it's going to be successful too, not just, it's part of that comes with that Capricorn and Aries element. Someone that can be successful, someone that you can respect too, and with that Venus in Aquarius is just going to be like, for him, it's, it's fine. It can be different. It's been, Aquarius is different. It doesn't have to be, oh, I want a wife or I want a partner that is this and this and this. No, like, it doesn't have to fit a mold. That's the beauty of having Venus in Aquarius. It can be whoever the person wants to be. So it's nice because he can let you be. Okay, that sounds bad because it's not about letting, but you can be yourself with him, because some people are, oh, I married a whatever career you chose, you cannot be changing your careers. Now I married this person, right? So like, whereas you can be whoever you want to be. So because that Venus Earth sign, as long as you two can have nice conversations, the Aquarius part, it's like it can be an original person. Eccentricity is welcome. So that's
thank
good.
goodness. Awesome. Thank you. That was really great explanation. So yeah, it's so like I didn't even know that until just now looking at the chart. So it's really great to do your chart for yourself, but also your partner or friends or business partners
child.
or whatever. Yeah, I think that could be really helpful.
Because Sarah, she's also Sun Gemini and Venus in Gemini. And Moon in Gemini.
Oh yeah,
she's probably Mercury.
Triple Gemini you mentioned.
Wow. She's got lots of Gemini.
She's quadruple. It's like Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus in Gemini.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, that means like, yeah, that's why I was wondering what that means for her with love and relationship, and that her Venus is retrograde. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, so when Venus is retrograde, it's just when either what we wish and desire is not clear. We hesitate. There is a indecisiveness because it's like, oh, we want this, but is it sure? Do I really want this? There's a pause because it's in that retrograde phase. That's when it comes to our wishes and desires. When it comes to relationships or friendships, just give people another chance, a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, because you never know with them when you're going to finally click, and it's vice versa too. She may walk into a room, or whoever has Venus retrograde may walk into a room, and immediately people may not like them, and it's because they're picking up Venus retrograde. And that's why I say you have to give people other chances for them to like you and for you to like them, because you may picking up Venus retrograde in another person that you walk into a room and you're like, immediately you may, you feel a little, and it's okay, I gotta give her another chance. I need to let her, give me another chance.
Interesting.
I have a funny story about that. And when I did level 1 and of my astrology training, I met a person and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying me. And, for the the remaining of the class, like it was annoying me, then come back to level 3, I saw her again and I'm like, oh my God, like we started talking, like if we had been best friends. And then she came to visit me here in LA, and oh my God, that is Venus retrograde. Come to find out that she also had a Venus retrograde in her chart. So we both had Venus retrograde. So yeah, so one person that I know you in the past, like when you talk to them for like, 10 times, after talking to them, after 10 times, then you finally hit it off.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
I've definitely had moments of that. Like in my yoga training, same thing. Like I would meet someone and just be like this immediately. It's not even there. I couldn't even think of a reason yet. Just I was all, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder where her so that's interesting. Awesome. Well, that's been really helpful to me.
Yeah. Thank you, Lucia. That
Yay.
that was good.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now I want to look up her boyfriend's chart.
Yeah. Now it's going to be a whole day of searching all our friends and everybody else and where their Venus is. So.
Yes, it is.
The good thing you mentioned that he's Libra, so that is really good.
Yeah.
Already, like, that is already good right off the bat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So Lucia, maybe you can tell everybody a little bit about where they can find more from you, and maybe even get this sort of explanation for themselves, not just Venus, but you could go over everything with them.
Yes, my website is thesparklewithin.com. My email is lucia@thesparklewithin.com. I'm also on Instagram under the same handle, thesparklewithin.astrology. And, when we look at a Venus in a chart, we also look at the houses, because the houses give it another flavor. It's just another layer of information that we can dive deeper into it. You may have a Venus in a water sign, but if your house is in an earth sign, let's say the 10th house or the 6th house or the 2nd house, it's another flavor. So it's good to know exactly how it represents for you and the conversation that it's having with the other planets. Are there any planets around Venus? It's going to be, a different mix. It's going to, you have it, it's positive or challenging conversations with other planets. That's going to be also another layer of information.
I was so curious about that because I saw mine is in the 11th house and so is my daughter's. And I was just wondering like what that means that it's in the 11th house,
So it's more about, you're geared towards community groups, friendships, what you wish, to make an impact in the world, because it's about also humanitarian causes, it's about, and it's about charities too. It's about making an, either donating or volunteering. It's just making an impact, on a human level. And it's just beyond your inner circle. It's just more in a larger audience. And it's like your society, it's so important for you, like, where you live, is to make sure that everything like it's good, participating.
Huh.
Interesting.
Cool. We'll have to do a session on houses too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, we can talk about that next time.
Yeah. Okay, well, join us next time with Andrea, Nicole, and Lucia, and we'll talk about houses.
Great. Thank you.
Or at least one of them.
Yeah, right? I know.
Yes.
All right. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.